Hey, Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com. We're trying to do all these reviews of things such as kites, types of kites, what kites are better for either jumping, surfing, light wind riding, all around riding. Well, this time we're going to be talking about jumping. Everybody that looks into getting into kiteboarding, one of the most coolest things about kiteboarding is the jumping aspect. Now, what makes a good jumping kite? There's a lot of little factors in here that can make you jump higher with a specific kite. Yes, there are certain kites out there that do jump better than others, and I'm going to give you the little things about them that make that work. Now, here's the thing to remember. The faster that you can ride and maintain your upwind ability, maintain your edge control, and everything else, not being pulled off your edge, the higher you're going to jump. The reason is all of that energy that you're building up, the faster you ride, the more energy you build up, and then you can change the direction of that energy. One is holding your edge. If you can't hold your edge, you're not going to jump any higher. So you've got to practice holding your edge and getting the right size kite. And it's not always the bigger kite that jumps higher. So that's one thing you got to remember. Getting a kite that you can ride at a higher speed, it generates power at its higher speed, the higher you're going to jump. So it's not get the biggest one and go the higher. Now, or go the highest you can go. Now the thing about the kite, what makes a kite go faster? Well, what I mean by faster, it's not the turning speed, it's the riding speed of that kite. And the riding speed is also maintaining your upwind ability or maintaining your line. If you're being pulled off your line or the upwind part, you're not going to be jumping any higher. Scale down a kite size, start learning to ride with speed. There's a lot of mixture between board and kite. In the kite and what makes a kite ride faster, one is the size of this leading edge. Number two is the luff curve. A luff curve is the billowing part of the sail. If a kite is a very stable kite, it's not going to be the fastest kite out on the water. So if you have a kite that sits up in the air, really easy, you don't have to do anything on the bar to keep it in the air, to keep it from Hindenburging or falling, it is not the fastest kite out there. A lot of things will factor on that, but that's just a good rule of thumb. A good all-around kite. Here's a rally. Rally jumps pretty darn good. It does have some stability built into it, so it's not the highest of jumping kites in that range. The reason is it has stability built in, a little bit bigger leading edge, and it has a little bit more luff curve here. That causes stability in the kite, but there's a balance between there. It's a great kite. Don't get me wrong. I can jump really high with this kite, but I scale down a kite size because I want it to run faster. This is an edge. This is the ozone edge. It doesn't have the best turning speed because it's very, very high aspect. But when it comes to jumping, if you're in high winds, these kites are really fast. Some of the fastest out there on the market, as you can see in the race scene. So if you can race with it and it rides really quick, it's going to be a pretty good jumper. But changing the direction as you go up in bigger of the edge, it kind of gets difficult. You've got to get that change of direction of the speed. So in the smaller kites, we have guys that are jumping, got some of the records out there with an ozone edge. And the reason is because it rides very, very fast. So there's a balance there that you're going to want to get into. So if you want to jump high, you've got to get a faster riding kite, as well as scale down your kite size. Maybe get your board to go up a little bit more in surface area so you can ride that smaller kite. I'll be out there riding, guys will be on big kites, they're trying to jump, and here I come with my 10 meter and I'm lighting it up. And the reason is I'm riding fast. You've got to practice riding fast, maintaining your line, letting that kite speed up. So design aspects behind kites is the smaller leading edge, flatter luff curve. If they call it closer to a race kite or an all-around tight kite, some of the all-around kites, there's some really nice ones. The Catalyst in the ozone range is one of my favorites. I love jumping with that kite. When I get into, let's say, the Airush Lithium is another one I really like, but nothing bigger than a 10 meter in the Lithium because it doesn't want to ride as fast. You go down a kite size, if I'm on like a 9 or an 8, I'm going to jump really high on that kite. But if I scale up and go up into the 12 meter range, it doesn't work for me. That's when I move down to a kite that's faster, like the Catalyst or the Edge. The Rally's a really nice one. It's a good in-between there. The Cabrina, they got the Switchblade. Switchblade's a good all-around. It's not the best and highest jumping, but if you go down to the smaller sizes, go up a little bit in board size, you can practice. So the main thing is get your board ride speed up. Ride quicker across the water as you get ready to pull. Hold your edge and work that kite a little bit. So look at some of my videos. You'll see it on the Hulk, showing the position of the kite and showing the position of that board that'll help you jump higher. But that's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com to talk about jumping kites, and that's what's going to get the aspect. If you have any questions, give us a call. Now the next video we're going to be doing, look around for, is the light wind. I want to tell you what makes a light wind kite work better and everything else. Have a great day. It's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com.